afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 6th Annual CanBIM Innovation Spotlight Awards. My name is Pietro Ferrari. I am the CanBIM Vice President, and I will be your host for today's event. Let's talk briefly about today's event. Obviously, those of you that have been to our award shows in the past, you know what we used to do. We would gather and celebrate success and meet friends and colleagues that maybe we hadn't seen in a while. We'd share a drink and a handshake and a joke, and maybe even do some business. Unfortunately, this year, that has not been the case, but it has opened up an opportunity. The opportunity to now pivot and come to you in a different format, which will actually benefit all of us together, because what we are doing this year, not only are we broadcasting on a national level, we now have the opportunity to broadcast on an international level to an international audience. So we welcome our international viewers, but more so, we welcome this opportunity to show the world online through this broadcast what our members here in Canada are capable of. The great achievements, the great work, the great success that we are celebrating today, we are now bringing it to a broader spectrum across the globe. So thank you to our members. Thank you to our membership for providing us with the resources and the strength and the loyalty and the buoyancy we needed to get past the last 6 months. It's been tough for everybody. We've all been taxed and we've all been stressed about it, but our members, you've stayed there. You've been there and you've helped us pivot, as I said earlier, into this new format, into this new CanBIM that we are very excited about, just as we are excited to bring to you the projects and the nominees this evening to celebrate this success. We had a record number of submissions this year, and I've had a chance to see some of them, some of the video, fantastic. So kudos to our members. Thank you to our membership for the support. And in particular this evening, we want to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors really help us with this continuity of events. Today, we want to acknowledge our exclusive event sponsor for today, Pomerleau. And on that note, I will throw it over to Liu Dao of Pomerleau to say a few words. Liu, over to you.
Thank you very much, Pietro, for the great introduction. First of all, congratulations to all the nominees. We're very happy and honored to be part of this event. It's very exciting to see that the Canadian industry is changing. We notice a massive shift to technology just by the quality, the variety, and the quantity of all the applicants. We can all consider ourselves winners just by being part of this event. It allows us to show our true innovative character, which is being able to try new technology, to have an open mind for change, to have the willingness to fail and get back up stronger. Innovation is at heart of CanBIM Award, and it is also at heart for Pomerleau's business. We need to integrate innovation to our everyday workflow. Innovation is one of our core values, and our mission is to push the industry forward. Technology and innovation will play a significant role into making our workforce safe and also more efficient and well-informed. It allows us to streamline our operations, reduces waste, that allows more sustainable practices, resulting in higher productivity and have better built environment. Supporting the CanBIM Awards is more important for us now more than ever before. It's a proof that our industry and its stakeholders are rallying together to go forward. It is disrupting, and we feel privileged to be part of this movement. 2020 is a breaking point. We all have to adapt to change and to find new ways to work together. We're all ambassadors for innovation, and I hope this event and also all the nominees here will inspire us even more to innovate, to willing to try new things, and to push the industry forward together. So let's have fun and get inspired. Over to you, Pietro.
Thank you, Liu, and thank you once again, Pomerleau, for being this year's exclusive event sponsor. I'd also like to thank 52 individuals from across the globe, the awards evaluators. They came forward, dedicated their time, volunteered their time to assess a record number of submissions this year to arrive at today's winners. Thank you very much. Congratulations, you did a great job. And lastly, I'd like to thank and acknowledge Stantec, last year's Design and Engineering Award winner. Stantec came forward this year to design and fabricate this year's award. And at this point, I'd like to throw it to Joel Martineau, who will introduce us to the story of the creation of this year's award. Joel?
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. Our industry must recognize the importance that technology plays as we develop the built environment. Stantec is proud to participate alongside CanBIM in this year's awards program as we recognize the efforts of those that are using technology to drive innovation. At Stantec, we foster creativity through the use of technology. Consequently, we were very excited to participate in this year's awards design remotely by collecting several of our colleagues and also by fabricating the design awards in-house. Please join us as we watch this short video that discusses how we turned a concept into reality.
My name is James Jenke. I'm a lead designer at Stantec in Denver, Colorado, USA. I strongly believe in technology's role in design, fabrication, manufacturing, construction, and the CanBIM Awards provided an opportunity to really put these ideas into practice. Well, trophies are symbolic of achievement, hard work being recognized, but I thought, what if the trophy was more than that, more than a symbol? What if it was trophy slash something, so that it was a hybridized object? You know, in these unprecedented times of the pandemic and people working from home, what if the trophy was actually a work from home desk lamp? Once I settled on the work from home desk lamp, the next important thing to consider was the light source. And I settled on this circular LED puck. And the next important thing to consider was the engraving. How would that be incorporated? What shape did that have? And I settled on a rectangular laser engraved plate. The design game became about how to blend those two things. And I did that with more complex, curvilinear, and unexpected shapes. From the beginning, I knew that I wanted to use 3D printing and really push that to its limits. And then considering the design of the lamp itself, it needed to be translucent, durable, have a high quality surface finish, so I selected stereolithography, or SLA. And that's the curing of liquid resin with a laser.
The SLA process can create an extremely detailed model. It can be 4 times finer than human hair. It creates a strong bond between the resin once the UV light hits. It turns into solid. Instead of with other printers, it's printed layer by layer, and then as it dries off, it stays together but can be easily snapped off. In this case, it is 3D printed, but you're getting a complete solid form.
The trophy was bigger than one print bed, so I had to split it into pieces. So the question became, how do I make an object that is seamless but also in parts? And so there are 2 systems at play. The first is a joint pattern that delineates between the parts, and the second is a surface pattern that creates a unique expression of light and visual effect. And so these systems became one and the same and really influenced the design of the line work and perforations on the surface itself. One goal was to not use any glue or fasteners for connecting the 3 parts. So I used these cantilever tab snap fit connections so that the parts can just snap together. This part is called the puck screw. Insert the puck light, and it has helical threads so that it can be easily screwed into the bottom of the lamp and taken out, and has a remote so that you can turn on the light. I would just like to say thank you to everyone at CanBIM and Stantec for making this possible, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Stantec. Great job. Thank you to the entire team. Now let's get over to the first award, the Industry Trailblazer Award, sponsored by Mattamy Homes. And to present the first award, we have Derek Chung from Mattamy Homes.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is Derek Chung, the manager of BIM and strategic sourcing at Mattamy Homes. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to present this award category. As our CEO said recently, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The Industry Trailblazer Award recognizes individuals in the CanBIM community, those responsible for all the individual steps taken collectively as an industry on this BIM journey together. This is an important category to recognize because at Mattamy, We believe in the power of having passionate individuals lead the way in delivering innovation. The Trailblazer Award is given to a CanBIM member that has volunteered their time to deliver an outstanding contribution to the CanBIM community. This individual will exemplify the highest level of passion and commitment to lead, educate, advocate, and engage on behalf of the CanBIM community within the context of the industry. The candidates who were reviewed and submitted this year, the quality level was very high and it was very difficult to pick between. Now, without further ado, let's see who the winner is. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Catherine McGuinness from the IBI Group. Now let's see if we can get Catherine on the call. And I'm here to contact you and let you know that the Industry Trailblazer Award, which you were a nominee for, you have won. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Right on. Is there anything you would like to say?
Yes. Well, firstly, both the nomination and the win were not expected, but I am a lawyer, so I did prepare, of course.
Beautiful.
I know that the community is full of deserving professionals, so thank you for choosing me among them. I am a selfish person, so my involvement in CanBIM is completely selfish, and I learn a lot from the diverse group of colleagues that I work with in the project delivery and risk management think tank. So for a lawyer to be given an award for trailblazing by design technology professionals is a true honor, and one that's not lost on me. I owe a personal thank you to Andrea Lee of Glayholt for getting me involved in CanBIM and for being a great colleague on the think tank. To Jerry Latman of CanBIM, who I think everyone knows, who keeps us all on track and encouraged. And also to Farhan Haqqani, who is IBI Group's Manager of Design Technology and keeps me from looking ridiculous when I'm talking about building information modeling and the like. And also lastly to the board and to the CanBIM community. It's been an honor to work with you, and I look forward to our next projects. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Catherine. Congratulations once again.
Thanks.
Now, back to you, Pietro.
Congratulations, Catherine. Well deserved. CanBIM thanks you for all your time and volunteerism. Much appreciated. Now let's move on to the next award, the Academic Award, sponsored by Tucker High Rise. And here to present the award is Julian Plant.
Thanks, Pietro. And I want to say I think you're doing a great job emceeing the ceremony this year. My name is Julian Plant, and I'm the Systems Controls Manager here at Tucker High Rise. And we're always excited to present this award category. It's not the first time we've done it. These types of academic achievements are always something we pay close attention to. Former employees here and present have always been engaged with the academic community, and we love hiring intelligent people that kind of love to push the industry forward with these types of initiatives. So we're super excited to see who comes out on top this year, and we're always interested in this particular category. I guess first I welcome you guys to the Think Lab. You may have heard about the Think Lab. There's some talk in the industry about what it is and what we do here. You can see part of it behind me. I'm actually standing in the VR lab right now, and you can see some of the VR equipment behind us. As I said, this category is very important to us. I took a look at the submissions myself, and I think that there's some really great stuff this year. As always, everything has been excellent, and we're super excited to see who's going to come out on top. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Algonquin College. Automated 5D costing in Bexcel Cost Manager.
Automated 5D costing enables contractors to create accurate cost estimates automatically from the model, which can be continuously updated as the project progresses. It helps all the project stakeholders to be on top from the very beginning of the project and make faster decisions in material procurement. This solution will have a positive impact as it will provide a good cost database, which is further accumulated for all future projects as well. It is easy to revise estimates if any changes are done. It also helps reduce time consumption as cost estimation process is completed in less time. During this entire process, we were also able to auto-assign the cost to the imported BIM cost database and add a new cost item to the imported classification. It also allows stakeholders to understand, analyze, discover, and record the impact of any changes on the cost of the project. It also helps contractors to visualize risks at an early stage and improve the decision-making process for the success of the project.
Algonquin College. Automated checking of code compliance in Solibri.
while reducing code compliance, validation errors, and the cost and time associated with compliance checking. Model Checker allows for the ability to self-check required aspects. This workflow, with the help of using the IFC file, will provide the solution consisting of automating the manual process of checking the building code and further decoding them into the rule-set manager, allowing for an optimal design along with a faster turnaround on feedback and potentially faster approvals for construction permits by building and infrastructure authorities. It overall leads to improved company procedures and code practices. This process of automating the code checking can be beneficial to government in case of bigger projects and municipalities to run all sorts of code checking.
Romain Légoni, École de technologie supérieure. Automated methods for FM BIM quality improvement.
So far, BIM has mostly been used during the design and the construction phases. However, it has a massive potential to be used during facility operations. However, many problems remain to be addressed, yet mostly related to the quality of the models. Therefore, our proposal includes 3 parts. The first part is a quality control checklist and a purge checklist that have been designed to assess the quality of the model. The second part consists in automated tools, dashboards, and procedures. Finally, the applicability of our proposal was demonstrated in a real-world case study where it was adapted for a specific project delivery method, which is COBie.
Carleton Immersive Media Studio. Carleton Digital Campus.
In order to mitigate the environmental and cultural impact of accelerated urbanism, we must learn to balance the often polarizing agendas of optimized performance and social justice. To that end, we are investigating digital twins as one vehicle to inform a built environment that is ecologically, culturally, and politically tenable. The Carleton Digital Campus represents an urban area of 62 hectares. Federated model incorporates 50 unique building information models, as well as models of the complex infrastructure and bucolic landscape that knit Carleton University together. The model is augmented with sensor data and simulation algorithms that integrate information related to existing conditions, such as energy consumption and possible scenarios, including campus planning. The exchange of information between the digital campus and the physical campus is an essential characteristic of a true digital twin. We are expanding the geographical boundaries of the project, moving toward an integration with urban and regional models currently under development at the Carleton Immersive Media Studio.
Alexis Girardet, École de technologie supérieure. Parametric BIM file for bridge design and analysis.
Creation of a parametric BIM file for the design and analysis of bridges. From Grasshopper, the different parameters allows the user to choose the dimensions of the deck section. We can see the modifications on Rhino, and we can do the same for the columns, pier caps and other elements. Then the deck, columns and foundations are generated as fictive objects in Rhino by baking them from Grasshopper. Some parameters allow us to add columns in several positions along the previous generated deck. If the user wants to adapt the height, the type of section, the number, the spaces, he can do it from Grasshopper and the model will automatically be adapted in Rhino. The elements are also generated in Tekla and the model is adapted too. It is then possible to freeze the elements in Tekla with a component, and the final model provide every element as an object, as we can see here. They are all manipulable, and we can add every kind of informations from a project, like the steel rebars for example. In total, the project proposes a parametric BIM tool to automate the design and structural analysis of all types of bridges, regardless of their geometry.
What I tell you, great stuff. Let's see who's going to come out on top. All right. And the Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Sims, Carleton Immersive Media Studio for the Carleton Digital Campus Project. Great job, guys. Let's see if we can get them on the line. We're calling to let you know that you've won the academic award. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there anything that you'd like to say, or do you want to thank anybody? I mean, such a great job. Congratulations, man.
Oh man, I'm super excited. Like, thank you so much. Well, there are a lot of people that help with this submission. So let me start thanking all the students at Sims that participated with this submission, like from the beginning, brainstorming, building the digital campus, making the videos, the images, all that. And also it is important to highlight that this project has been created completely by graduate and undergraduate students from Carleton, so it's all local. And it has been a collaborative and multidisciplinary effort that illustrates the potential of BIM, not only for production, but also for research. So yeah, thanks to everybody. And if I'm missing someone, thank you all. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations again, Nico, and to everybody over at the Sims team. And back to you, Pietro.
Congratulations, Nico, and to the entire Sims team. Great job, great project. Now let's move on to the next award for the day, the Digital Products Award, sponsored by Revisto. And here to present the award is Dan McKinnon.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. We are very proud and pleased to present this award category tonight. Last year, we were fortunate to walk away with an award ourselves, and we know how beneficial it is to be able to participate in an award like this. There are challenges in our industry in determining the best technology, and when you have disruptive technologies, it's often hard to make determinations about the ones that you want to bring into your organization that'll make a difference. The CanBIM Awards help in this case to be able to see these technologies measured against one another and see a winner that's presented. We found that this was helpful to us, and we certainly are glad to applaud all these nominees. So with that being said, I look at this year's nominees and they're particularly interesting. Just as a summary of what this award is about, the Digital Products Award is given to a CanBIM member that demonstrates leadership and innovation in delivering commercially available technology that improves productivity through digital workflows, processes, and/or software. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Dietrich 3D CAD/CAM software for wood construction. Alberta Data Systems. Digital prototyping in panel manufacturing.
The autocladding application built on Autodesk Inventor, created by Alberta Data Systems, makes the manufacture of the Calgary Climbing Centre's panel-based custom climbing surfaces go from impossible to achievable and cost-effective. Their designs can consist of thousands of panels, no two of which are alike. By automating the production of digital prototypes from sketch data, then using them to generate manufacturing data, they were able to focus the efforts of the engineer or artist on design issues and quality assurance, leaving the real grunt work for the computer. The importance of the role of innovation in the development of software for construction cannot be overstated, and the positive outcomes for this project are unambiguous. Ease of use is the key to wider adoption of manufacturing and BIM software tools, and this project demonstrates that principle in a vivid and convincing manner.
Global e-training. Get know-how intuitive Autodesk plugin.
Your work matters. And you know that training matters. But many times, training seems to come at the cost of productivity, as you're pulled away or distracted for training. Well, with Get Know-How, Autodesk training becomes part of your workflow rather than a distraction, so that you can develop your skills and get that project done. Boost productivity with reactive training suggestions curated for the task at hand. You can watch bite-sized demo videos and follow step-by-step instruction. And you can progress through entire training modules without ever having to leave your software. When you use Get Know-How, you have the freedom to personalize your training experience, quickly find solutions when you're stuck, and build your software proficiency while remaining project-focused and billable, which saves you and your clients time and money. Get started today and get know-how directly inside your favorite Autodesk software.
Zeitgeist, Smart Remote Monitoring.
Hi, my name is Michael Schwanzer. I'm founder and CEO of Zeitgeist. We make smart, time-lapse cameras, like this one right here. Our newest model is fully self-sustainable. No wires needed. It's solar-powered, has 4G LTE connectivity. When you receive it and mount it, all you have to do is flip the switch, and we'll start uploading 4K high-resolution photos to the cloud. As you can see here, this could be either visible in the browser through our own Access portal, or it could stream directly into your existing project management dashboard, where all your team, all stakeholders involved can then see the most recent photos and identify issues early to prevent expensive mistakes. This camera only costs $750. There's a monthly $15 fee for operating them. You don't have to worry about SIM cards, SD cards, wiring, memory, any of that. Everything is taken care of. You receive all the accessories in the box, and it's the easiest way to get eyes on site and images into the cloud for you. Thank you very much.
Virum.
By 2040, the world needs to spend $94 trillion on infrastructure projects to meet global demand. These projects are vital in supporting our ever-evolving world. The pressure to deliver these projects safely, on budget, and on schedule is increasing. To stay competitive, organizations need to adopt digital solutions to improve certainty and transparency on their global assets. Companies who adopt BIM systems solidify the golden thread between asset owners, EPCs, and contractors by building a common digital repository of information through the entire asset lifecycle. Currently, asset owners are relying on unlinked, out-of-date, and incomplete data for vital decision-making, resulting in uncertain asset outcomes. Virum's global clients are already building a better world through advancing the 4 pillars of BIM: digitization, content, collaboration, and interoperability. Virum provides the future of asset ownership in today's connected world.
All of the nominees are great this year and all well-deserving of being called out, but at the end of the day, there can be only one. So let's see who is the Canadian Innovation Spotlight winner this year. And I'm so nervous and excited about this, I can't even get this to open. And the winner is Virum. Congratulations. Let's see if we can get them on the line. We are contacting you to let you know you've won the Digital Products Award. Congratulations. Is there anything you'd like to say to thank, or anyone specifically you'd like to thank?
Oh, I'd like to, well, you know, my company and all the hard work that my team's been putting in, absolutely. And then the CanBIM Association, you know, Jerry, for giving us an opportunity to present even a year ago at one of the Calgary-based sessions. And we're absolutely thrilled. Bit of a shock, but thank you very much. Couldn't be happier right now.
Well, congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Congratulations, David, and to the entire Virum team, great job. Now we move on to the Digital Supply Chain and Fabrication Award, sponsored by PCL, and here to present it is Dan Doherty.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is Daniel Doherty. I'm Manager of Operational Support here in PCL at Edmonton, Alberta. I'm really excited to be here to present for the Digital Supply Chain and Fabrication Award. We believe that that is a much overlooked but extremely important part of the value chain. They're the ones who take all that design concept and generic information and make it real. That is where much of the downstream value comes from. So we believe that this is an important focus for the industry. This year's nominees look really exciting. The Digital Supply Chain and Fabrication Award is given to a CanBIM member company operating within the manufacturing supply chain who demonstrates leadership and innovation through working and implementing digital technologies and processes to improve productivity. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Ideal Contract Services, Hollow Block Architecture Inc., fabricating and coordinating steel studs with BIM.
basically size all the studs beforehand. You were able to order them at those lengths. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Harley with Ideal Contract Services.
Hi, I'm Curtis from Ideal Contract Services. I'm a foreman.
We worked with the model, and we had every stud to size and every piece of track to size, and we put it into our suppliers like that. The suppliers sent it to the manufacturers. They cut everything to the inch, to the quarter inch, header studs, tracks, and it came to site like that. By working in the model, we were able to identify a problem, a conflict with our opening of the steel stud and the structural iron. And before we were even getting close to working on this, and we worked with the engineers and we solved the problem.
Pitt Meadows Plumbing and Mechanical, implementing Stratus for off-site fabrication.
At Pitt Meadows Plumbing, we are passionate about BIM and off-site fabrication. Our move to GTP Stratus is the next evolution in the digitization and automation of our fabrication shop. By leveraging Stratus, we have increased our BIM team's productivity through the automation of shop orders, spool sheets, and material takeoffs, keeping the team modeling for longer each day. When packages are released for fabrication, our shop team work through a digital workflow of tasks, allowing real-time tracking of each spool piece as it moves through production. During fabrication, Stratus provides seamless integration between Revit and our automated machinery, allowing nested cutting, pipe end prep, and robotic welding directly from each fabrication drawing. All these steps are tied to a unique QR code applied after the pipe is cut, removing time filtering through spool sheets and ensuring the correct information is available to our shop crews. This move to an electronic system increases quality, reduces human error, and automates production, providing a complete electronic system for off-site fabrication of mechanical systems.
Stainless Piping Systems Incorporated, innovative Canadian vaccine facility.
Project P501 is a $500 million Toronto-based vaccine facility forwarding innovation in the Canadian pharmaceutical industry. Boasting 150,000 square feet of production space, P501 required 27 kilometers of high-purity piping designed, prefabricated, and efficiently installed by Stainless Piping Systems. By coordinating multiple software platforms, SPS created an open standard of systemic information flowing like a loop from the BIM to the site and back to the BIM. Updating the BIM by the minute enabled SPS to proactively solve tens of thousands of clashes via the constant feedback loop. SPS's BIM implementation eliminated all on-site fabrication. Had SPS used non-BIM conventional methods, double the personnel would have been necessary for installations and fabrications. Prefabricating 100% of all systems unlocked blistering installation speeds of up to 650 feet of high-grade pharmaceutical piping and tubing per day. With BIM, SPS created a network of systems accurate to within a 1/16 of an inch in placement for all support structures, piping, and tubing.
Plan Group, Scotiabank North Tower and Bay Adelaide Centre.
Wow, those are some really great nominees this year. But unfortunately, we can only crown one as winner. Let's open the envelope and see who that is. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Pitt Meadows Plumbing and Mechanical for implementing Stratus for off-site fabrication. Congratulations, guys. Let's see if we can get them into the room. We are contacting you to let you know you have won the Digital Supply Chain and Fabrication Award.
Awesome.
So congratulations.
Thank you very much. That's amazing.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Anybody you'd like to thank?
Of course, I want to thank the partners of PMP. Steve Robinson, Matthew Robinson, Stuart Robinson, they never say no to a fresh idea. This whole BIM team started with them, the offsite fabrication started with them, and they still don't say no to anything. So when we grabbed Stratus and when we started that conversation, there was no, oh, we better look at this a little bit more closely. It was, no, let's jump in with both feet. We can see this has a huge amount of legs. I definitely want to thank the BIM team as well. It's been a lot of work to get this fabrication workflow in place. There's a ton of work to do in the background, a ton of administration work. So our BIM manager and BIM team have been crucial in that. And then our fabrication team, specifically our fabrication administrator, Jordan, young guy, put the software in front of him and he's just run with it. And he's been fantastic. We would not be where we are with Stratus without him doing his work. So those are definitely the kind of big three I wanted to thank.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Pitt Meadows Plumbing and Mechanical. Job well done. Great nomination. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you, Pietro.
Congratulations, Sam, and to the entire Pitt Meadows Plumbing and Mechanical team. Excellent job. Now we move on to the Construction Management Award, sponsored by Brownlee LLP, and here to present the award is Paul Stocco. Paul?
Thanks for that introduction, Pietro. My name is Paul Stocco. I'm a partner with the Alberta-based law firm Brownlee LLP. Brownlee has been a proud member of CanBIM for over a decade. And throughout that time, Brownlee has sponsored countless CanBIM initiatives and initiatives of the industry at large. At Brownlee, we believe and have a commitment to providing excellent and timely service to our clients, which is a goal we believe is shared by the industry. Therefore, our core belief aligns us with and makes us a perfect sponsor for the CanBIM Construction Management Award. The Construction Management Award is an award given to a CanBIM member who is a construction manager, a design builder, a general contractor, or an engineering and procurement contractor who demonstrates innovation and leadership through implementing digital technologies that drive productivity and management of a construction project. These firms are the leaders who provide and construct innovative buildings that we can all be proud of. This year's nominees are particularly interesting. Let's have a look.
PCL Construction, 65 King Street East Office Tower.
65 King is a complex next-generation office tower in Toronto's downtown core. Regularly and consistently engaging a whole suite of BIM has been integral to the project schedule and communication with our stakeholders. 4D scheduling shows the client how specific challenges could impact the schedule. We use 3D structural lift drawings to coordinate, pre-plan, and convey information, resolving conflicts prior to construction and reducing mistakes. High-quality renderings help the client to visualize the project's signage and hoarding. Clash detection ensures that there were no conflicts between the mechanical, electrical, and structural parts of the project, eliminating short and long-term problems and expensive rework. And we're not done. Our team is soon implementing PCL's smart IoT platform, Job Site Insights, and AOMS concrete sensors.
PCL Construction, aerial operations for construction project.
To ensure the success of this fertilizer facility project, its large site and multiple components, PCL knew it needed a production management tool with a higher level approach. Elevating our remotely piloted aircraft systems program to generate accurate reality capture was crucial in providing real-time information. This was processed into tangible, workable data using ESRI SiteScan. This created a highly accurate data model, allowing our teams to track progress on a weekly basis. This level of efficient production management and data processing empowered our teams with highly reliable, accurate information, allowing them to make informed decisions while managing an extensive project.
As we work to expand our reality capture within PCL, we have identified further opportunities to infuse cutting-edge technology and innovation into our projects in emerging industries in Alberta and across North America.
McGill Construction, Aéroport Hull, réaménagement partiel ASFC, phase 2. Pomerleau Inc. Shum, Phase 2.
The SHRM Phase 2 project is part of one of the largest hospital centers in North America. 40 simulations were used to optimize and to verbalize the schedules. Several in-house developments inspired by lean construction for visual planning, TAC planning, and deliveries management were applied to help democratize planning. 3D laser scanning was used to monitor production and quality. Many dashboards connected to BIM coordination activities allowed for progress monitoring both during the construction and design periods. This project also benefited from the latest technological and R&D advances at Pomerleau. For example, the use of IoT with SafeTeams technology for a contact tracing pilot project, a subject that is more than relevant with the global pandemic. Internal R&D with artificial intelligence and robotics for image recognition to calculate progress monitoring.
Ellis Dawn, Lester B. Pearson Rehabilitation.
The Lester B. Pearson Rehabilitation Project is the renovation of Global Affairs Canada facility in the city of Ottawa. This 1960 built infrastructure includes a waffle slab, which is one of the major challenges on this project as it leads to a congested ceiling space. Ellis Dawn proposed 3D scanning and BIM to coordinate the mechanical, electrical, communication, security, and steel that needs to fit into the ceiling space. 3D scanning was used to capture the as-built condition of the structure, and live 3D coordination tools were used to collaborate between the different parties. 3D scanning and these live tools played a major role during the lockdown of COVID-19. Even though we had limitations to access the site, we were able to bring the site to us through these tools. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Ellis Dawn, Rutherford RER.
Rutherford GO project is a busy transportation hub located in the heart of Vaughan, Ontario, defining a construction sequence for a fast-paced transportation project that would allow to maintain public vehicle, bus and train traffic, and pedestrian flow within safe and clear paths is a challenge for a hub like Rutherford Station. Building confidence in the technology-supported workflow resulted in building trust within the team. This trust helped construction activities to progress without disruption during remote work. Using a combination of the best VDC tools from different vendors required establishing a flawless data transition between software, early design coordination with high level of detail, planning around existing utilities, ensuring sufficient space for safety maneuvers and staging, model-based quantity takeoff for tendering and installation tracking, 4D simulations, allowed to deliver exceptional results. In addition, all participants involved acquired new and enhanced abilities to transfer to new civil projects in Canadian industry.
The nominees were great this year, weren't they? Now let's see who the winner is. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight Award goes to McGill Construction. Congratulations. Now let's see if we can get them on the line. I want to let you know that McGill Construction is the winner of the Canadian Innovation Spotlight Award for Construction Management. Congratulations!
Great, thanks. That's a great news. I wasn't expecting an announcement at this time.
What are you feeling right now?
Well, first word came to my head would be happy and proud for all the company, all the project team that have worked on this project, and pretty shocked, yeah.
Is there anyone that you want to pay a special recognition to or say thank you to? Now's your opportunity to do that.
Well, the first thanks would go to the project team. The first one will be the BIM manager of this project, Simon Poirier. He helped manage and deliver this first BIM project for the company, so I was the guy in charge of all the BIM part. Of course, the project manager, Steve Lessa, is one of the McGill old guy who always has an open mind on new technologies and innovative processes. So it was a big help on this project. Our innovation manager, Tang Li, is always a great help with the new technology adoption, always push the R&D horizon with the company. And he's also the guy who helped me translate all the text in English. So thanks to him. And lastly, the McGill's upper management, which strongly believed in BIM and VDC and constantly support our department with a clear and long-term strategy. A big thanks to them as well.
Well, congratulations again to you and the entire McGill Construction team for winning this prestigious award. Now back to you, Pietro.
Congratulations, Federico. Congratulations, McGill Construction. Well deserved. Great job. Excellent project. Now let's move on to the Digitalization Strategy Award, sponsored by Gleihold Bowles. And here to present it is Andrea Lee.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is Andrea Lee. I'm a partner at Gleihold Bowles LLP. I'm very excited to present this award category, which is the Digitalization Strategy Award. As a law firm that supports the construction industry and design professionals, we appreciate and are very excited to see developments in digitalization, which will move projects forward in a more efficient way. Technology, which improves productivity, can benefit all parties, from owners to suppliers, and help to complete projects on time and within budget. This year's nominees are fantastic. The Digitalization Strategy Award is given to a CanBIM member company that demonstrates leadership and innovation through developing and implementing digital technology for internal corporate use that improves productivity on company projects. Let's take a look at the nominees.
GHD, Automation for Civil Engineering.
GHD looks to be a world leader in both delivering digital services to clients and making the most of technology to improve operations. Our automation journey is key to our success. Beginning with parametric modeling, we transitioned to a data-driven process through the implementation of focused training sessions. Employees developed the skills to create advanced data-centric models. As GHD moved into task and workflow automation, it was crucial to develop learning paths to drive career growth. With a network of like-minded professionals to provide technical support, we transitioned into computational designers. Driven by real-time data, automation usage is monitored and used for focused improvement of our people. As GHD progresses through the generative design and optimization levels and into machine learning, our approach of implementing foundational training, new workflows, and development will continue. GHD's automation journey is about empowering our people to create their own path and starting their own journey.
WSP, Digitization as Crisis Resilience. Pomerleau Inc., Equipment Delivery Simulation Tool.
Delivering equipment across a construction site to its final location can become very complex when faced with a tight schedule or a design that does not have the space to accommodate movement of large equipment. Since this process requires an enormous amount of analysis time, it is often difficult to optimize equipment delivery. To meet this need, Pomerleau developed a tool to simulate the movement of equipment within a 3D model. Using the tool, the team can virtually test several delivery scenarios with the 3D model to determine the best option in terms of design, selected equipment, as well as the stage of construction by ensuring the planned route is passable and free of obstacles. This tool proves its worth by allowing multidisciplinary teams to instantly and accurately assess the feasibility of equipment installation and to share the results collaboratively.
Well, as you can see, the nominees were great this year. So let's see who the winner is. Drum roll, please. And it looks like the Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Pomerleau for its Equipment Delivery Simulation Tool. Let's see if they're available. We're actually contacting you to let you know that you have won the Digitalization Strategy Award. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, nice. I didn't know, I thought it was like something something that you were doing with all the candidates, so nice to know. The team will be really happy for that, yeah.
That's fantastic, so congratulations. And is there anything you'd like to say to everyone, or would you like to say thank you to anyone in particular?
Sure. I would like to thank Basile Nicolas, who did an excellent job developing the application first. Fernando Valdivieso, Maxime Doro for the definition of the needs, their input on the use of the application, and also the rest of the team, Caroline Filion, Donald Robichaud, Jérémy Pelletier, Kendra June Poulain, and Stéphanie Vermette for their help with the submission videos and text. And of course, the innovation team who works every day on bringing and developing new ideas, methods, and how to optimize our change our processes. And finally, of course, Pomerleau, who gave us the opportunity to work on those great projects.
That's wonderful. Well, it is a great project and it is a great innovation for the industry. So congratulations again to Pomerleau. And
thank you.
Now back to you, Pietro.
Thank you, Andrea. Congratulations, Jean-François, et toute l'équipe Pomerleau. Well deserved. Congratulations. Now let's move on to the next award, the Project Delivery Asset Management Life Cycle Award, sponsored by Maple Reinders. And here to make the presentation is Ken Kaminga.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is Ken Kaminga. I'm the National Director of Sales and Estimating here at Maple Reinders Constructors. BIM has become a very, very important part of Maple's life, from branding to virtual model presentations to prospects and clients, to clash detection, and in the end, cost savings. BIM has brought Maple Reinders to another level in presentation and quality project delivery. This year's nominees look especially interesting, and I'm very excited to present the award to this category. The Project Delivery Asset Management and Life Cycle Award is given to members of the development, ownership, facility managers, and commissioning world, people that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, who recognize the importance and the advantages of using BIM. We're particularly pleased to support this category at this time. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Hollow Block Architecture, Inc., Digital Project Delivery.
Hi, my name is Roddy Handa, and I'm the CEO at Hollow Block Architecture.
My name is Matt Schellenberger. I'm the Director of Corporate Development at the Edmonton Construction Association.
Hunter Etherington from Shandos Construction. I'm a VDC coordinator.
Digital Project Delivery is a 3-day course. The first day is all about the foundations and the fundamentals of digital project delivery.
Bring it to a point where someone who has no idea what DPD is can have some really concrete, short takeaways.
The second day is structured for each stakeholder so that they can get specific guidance on how they can participate in a digital workflow.
With DPD, we can get the right information at the right time.
The third day is all about the future. Where is this all going, and how do you position yourself to be ready for that transition. The result? More profit for every stakeholder and a better built project for the owner.
By sharing this work product, we're able to leverage the expertise of all stakeholders to create more value.
York University, Engineering Pavilion, Lassonde School of Engineering. Société québécoise des infrastructures, SQI BIM PCI, ensemble avec l'industrie du Québec.
Well, the nominees were pretty impressive this year. Now let's see who the winner is. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Société Québécoise des Infrastructures. The project name is SQI BIM PCI, ensemble avec l'industrie du Québec. Congratulations. Let's get them online. We are contacting you to let you know that you have won the Project Delivery Asset Management and Lifecycle Award. Congratulations. Is there anything you would like to say? Would you like to thank anyone?
Sure. Merci à mon équipe rapprochée et notamment à Steve qui est avec moi ici. Steve est avec moi depuis la toute première heure. Mais le mérite, principal mérite revient toutefois à tous les chefs de projet et équipes de projet de la SQI qui, par leur action quotidienne dans leurs projets respectifs, ont contribué au déploiement du BIM et du PCI. Le mérite revient aussi à la haute direction de la SQI, laquelle a cru dans cette vision et a permis en 2016 de faire de cette initiative un grand projet corporatif, lequel s'est déployé de façon graduelle et progressive avec la collaboration des divers acteurs de l'industrie de la construction au Québec. Merci et bravo à tous ces collaborateurs.
De mon côté, j'aimerais aussi remercier bien sûr toute l'organisation de CanBIM qui répond à cette mission de promotion du BIM au sein du Canada. C'est très apprécié. C'est une belle opportunité pour nous, des organismes comme la SQI, de faire connaître leurs pratiques à travers le Canada. Et bien sûr, je terminerai en remerciant effectivement mon équipe, l'équipe du déploiement du projet de déploiement des pratiques intégrées à la SQI, sans qui tout ça, ce déploiement, cette transformation qu'on est en train de faire au niveau de l'industrie québécoise ne serait pas possible. Merci à tout le monde.
Merci.
Congratulations, Société Québécoise des Infrastructures. Back to you, Pietro.
Thank you, Ken. And congratulations, Guy and Steve, and the Société Québécoise des Infrastructures. Excellent job. Let's move on to the next award, which is the Design and Engineering Award, sponsored by SolidCAD. And here to present it is Keely Vickerson.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is Keely Vickerson, AEC Industry Account Manager at SolidCAD. I'm very excited to present the Design and Engineering Award on behalf of SolidCAD. We've been sponsoring this award for a few years now. We recognize it as a prestigious award at CanBIM because like many of our clients who push the boundaries by embracing a digital workflow to produce amazing buildings, every nominee always proves themselves to be a true innovator in the industry. This year's nominees look especially interesting. The Design and Engineering Award is given to a CanBIM member architect, engineer, and/or consultant who demonstrates leadership and innovation through working with or implementing digital processes and methodologies that improve productivity. Never has innovation been more important than this year. With teams working from home and different locations, CanBIM's contribution to this industry with this award moves us all forward. Now let's take a look at the nominees.
WSP, BIM Integrated Structural Design Workflow.
We noticed a challenge when it came to our Revit model and our design models, in that we were modeling the same model multiple times in different software packages, which also means they were disconnected. We developed an innovative solution that resolves these issues while saving costs and adding value. Our BIM integrated structural analysis workflow has successfully implemented our vision of integrating our modeling platform with several of our design platforms. Our workflow entails a synchronization process between our Revit analytical model and our design model in robot structural analysis. Additionally, data transfer from our design suites are done through the aid of custom-built Dynamo scripts and APIs. This workflow not only allows us to break free from the need of electronic or handwritten markups, but it also creates a new avenue called Rapid Prototype Engineering. RPE benefits both the engineering team and the wider client design consultancy team, as it not only helps reduce rework for the engineers, but also allows us to deliver a design model with rapid speed. By having an integrated digital model at an early stage, we are better able to recognize value through optimization and understanding the downstream implications of the concept design decisions, which allows us to fine-tune the model with the architectural team very early on.
HOK Architects Corporation, Complex Modeling Processes and Workflows.
With the Center Block Rehabilitation Project, we are capturing complex information and making it easily accessible to all corners of the project. Our team has determined that unconventional modeling methodologies are necessary to capture the nuances of a complex heritage project. Leveraging optimization workflows and game engines streamlines our efforts, allows us to work non-destructively, and combine visual data from BIM, architecture, and the conservation team. The information we are collecting and generating is combining architecture and gaming pipelines together in a single space to produce automated and procedural workflows. This effort increases the contribution each individual brings to the project and allows us to deliver great architecture tailored to our clients' needs.
Integral Group, Embodied Carbon in MEP Design.
Designing buildings which meet our climate targets does not end with operational carbon mitigations. Engineers need to understand the embodied carbon emissions as well at early design stage, so that informed choices can be made using whole-life carbon thinking.
In the case of MEP, this is challenging, partly because MEP designs are so complex. Benchmarks are therefore needed.
Working together with the engineering, BIM and sustainability teams, we established a method based on extracting data from BIM models to create a link to an embodied carbon datasheet. This has allowed us to generate an accurate bill of quantities much faster than using 2D documentation. Behind the 3D model, the database is built off of material and geometrical data. Extracting this data using Dynamo, we can validate and clean the dataset. This allows us to feed the bill of quantities into our internal tool to evaluate the embodied carbon impact of the MEP designs.
Our initial studies using this method confirm engineers need to engage with embodied carbon. The automated workflow we created will help explore deeper the embodied carbon impact associated with MEP design and help us make the right decisions to meet our climate targets.
AECOM, Gordie Howe International Bridge. GHD, Highway 140, progressing forward in a circle.
Located south of Welland, Ontario, GHD utilized BIM to enhance project delivery to the Ministry of Transportation. This model captures complex engineering challenges and shared data from software typically used for separate applications. GHD custom-built workflows to synchronize data formats and allow seamless integration. Creating proof of concept and innovative workflows required the conversion of the tabular simulation output from Vissim into a true-scale animation georeference coordinated dataset. Dynamo scripts with custom Python programming was used for data mining in order to develop the metadata which enhanced the LOD. Live BIM allowed traffic simulations to demonstrate the constructability of challenging traffic staging during peak hour volumes. Subsurface utilities were modeled using Dynamo to provide early clash detection. Shading visualizations ensured safe conditions throughout the year. The MTO provided early endorsement of the model, streamlining the approval process and improving the overall delivery schedule.
Dialogue, McKimmy Tower.
The McKimmy complex consists of 3 buildings, the tower, the block, and the link. This submission is going to focus on the work we did on the McKimmy Tower and retrofitting the concrete structure with a high-performance facade. My name is Matthew Parker. I'm an intern architect with Dialogue, the Calgary studio, and I was part of the design team for the McKimmy Tower redevelopment. BIM enabled us to iterate quickly through the design optimization processes of the project. It also allowed us to communicate and exchange information seamlessly between all 9 stakeholders, as well as collaborate across 2 continents. BIM leaves the client with a robust data set that allows them to optimize and monitor the building over its lifespan. BIM allowed us to expand the design possibilities by communicating with the client in a really robust and sophisticated manner.
Those are some really inspiring projects this year. Now let's see who the winner is. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight Award goes to Embodied Carbon in MEP Design, Integral Group. Let's see if we can get them on the line. We're actually contacting you to let you know you've won the Design and Engineering Award.
Oh wow, that's amazing news. Yeah, as I said, it's just great for the team and everyone at Integral who have been really working at this. You know, we've had Louise, who's kind of the head of global whole earth carbon. She's really been, you know, it's her passion. She's really been pushing it forward. She's in our UK office, and yeah, she's done an amazing job pushing this forward, getting the word out there. And then us on the BIM side, you know, just bringing all of this model and data together to kind of show all of this that's happening around us. It's just kind of, yeah, that's amazing news. I'm delighted with that.
Yeah, congratulations to your entire team. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank or anything you'd like to say?
Again, yeah, thanks to Louise. She's headed up all of this. She's been captaining all of this for Integral and pushing us forward. As well as Keith, David, she's been kind of the main man on the Dynamo script. You know, he's been churning away at it constantly, scratching his head, kind of strip it down, trying to really refine that data that we've got in there and trying to pull it down to actually calculate as much as possible what we've got within our designs. So he's been really pushing that forward. As well as the whole Life Carbon team at Integral. There's been a whole group of us who have been working on these case studies, looking at the product level, kind of all the engineers getting together, seeing what sort of equipment we're selecting and trying to get to the manufacturers and really understand how all of this comes together. So yeah, there's a whole team of us have all been pushing forward with this. So it's great to be recognised, and yeah, that's amazing news.
Well, I know the project will be highlighted on the CanBIM site, so we encourage all the members to review it. It's very exciting. Congratulations to Integral Group. And nice talking to you, George. Back to you, Pietro.
Thank you, Keely. Congratulations, Integral Group. Excellent work. Now we come to the grand finale of the day. The Best in Innovation Award is the winner amongst the winners. Sponsored by Bluebeam, here to make the presentation is David Recker.
Thanks for the introduction, Pietro. My name is David Recker. I'm the Senior Regional Manager in Canada for Bluebeam, coming to you live from Guelph, Ontario. I'm very excited to present this award category because it is so relevant to the issues being faced today. Over the past 7 months, we've seen the industry make a significant pivot to remote working. While online collaboration tools such as Bluebeam Studio, Zoom, and Teams have been around for years, it took the innovative spirit of you all to figure out how to get the work done. At Bluebeam, it has uncovered more opportunities to innovate alongside you so that we can fulfill our mission of building a better life for those who build our world. The Best in Innovation Award embodies this spirit of innovation. We love to see the results achieved using any type of technology because it inspires us to be an even better industry partner. Having looked through all of the submissions, it's just amazing to see the quality of the award winners this year. The Best in Innovation Award winner is selected from the category winners from tonight's show. The award winner is selected based on overall excellence in innovation and their use and implementation of digital technologies and processes as it relates to their discipline and/or sector. So let's take a look at the nominees for Best in Innovation.
Carleton Immersive Media Studio, Carleton Digital Campus. Virum, Pitt Meadows Plumbing and Mechanical, implementing Stratus for off-site fabrication. McGill Construction, Aéroport Hull, réaménagement partiel ASFC, phase 2. Pomerleau Inc., Equipment Delivery Simulation Tool. Société québécoise des infrastructures, SQI BIM PCI, ensemble avec l'industrie du Québec. Integral Group, Embodied Carbon in MEP Design.
Well, those are some fantastic award winners that we've seen tonight. I'm really happy that I'm not one of the people that had to make the decision on who actually wins tonight's Best in Innovation Award. For all of you who submitted and also won awards tonight, you should be very proud of the work you've done. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe the innovation that we've seen here. It's great. But I know that you guys are all waiting patiently to find out who tonight's winner is. So I've got the envelope here, so let's pop this open and see who. The Canadian Innovation Spotlight goes to Société Québécoise des Infrastructures for the SQI BIM PCI, ensemble avec l'industrie du Québec. So let's see if we can get them on the phone. Hello, Guy and Steve. My name is David Recker. I'm from Bluebeam. We've invited you to join us today because we'd actually like to inform you that you've won the CanBIM Best in Innovation Award. So congratulations. Yeah, fantastic. You've won it all. Best in Innovation. Is there anything that you would like to say or anyone you would like to thank? Now is your opportunity in English or en français.
Thank you very much, David. I'm very surprised and I'm very glad. And I say some words in French because I'm sure I'm more expensive in French.
Yeah, absolutely.
Je suis très content de gagner ce prix grandiose de CanBIM. C'est vraiment, on est très, très fiers de gagner ce prix. Je voudrais encore une fois remercier, tel que je l'ai fait pour l'autre catégorie, notre catégorie d'honneur d'ouvrage. Je voudrais remercier l'ensemble des collaborateurs de l'industrie qui nous ont épaulés dans ce projet depuis 2014 à peu près qu'on a travaillé en collaboration avec l'industrie. Mais je voudrais aussi remercier les hauts dirigeants de la Société québécoise des infrastructures qui nous ont fait confiance de façon corporative depuis le tout début et nous ont accordé officiellement la confiance depuis 2014, 15, 16 par des gestes concrets. Alors, je voudrais aussi remercier l'équipe de la direction du BIM PCI qui a monté la candidature. Et puis, merci encore, CanBIM. Merci beaucoup. Bravo. Merci.
That's very great news for us. Thank you, guys. Thank you to CanBIM once again. Thanks to everyone involved in this opportunity we had to show throughout Canada the BIM deployment in SQE. That's very good news for us. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Congratulations once again to both of you, Guy and Steve, and to SQE. And now back to you, Pietro.
Thank you, David. Congratulations, SQE. Today, you are the best of the best at the CanBIM Innovation Spotlight Awards. Congratulations again. Keep up the good work, and we hope to have a submission next year as well. As the day comes to an end, just a few more acknowledgements. First and foremost, to all those who made submissions, all the nominees and all the winners, thank you for taking the time out to make those submissions. We congratulate all of you, nominees and winners. Excellent job. Record number this year. The submissions were incredible. Thank you so much, and we hope to break that record again next year. We want to thank our evaluators for taking the time to contribute to these awards. I'd like to thank the CanBIM team for putting this event together. We want to thank our sponsors, our yearly sponsors who repeatedly are there for us and committed to CanBIM, committed to the CanBIM vision, but most importantly, committed to the industry that you all navigate within. We want to thank our exclusive event partner, Pomerleau. Pomerleau, thank you again for always being there for the CanBIM Awards, for always supporting CanBIM initiatives. We truly appreciate your support, and we hope to have you on board as a partner for many, many more years. And lastly, I want to thank all of you, our membership, because without our membership, CanBIM would not exist. You are CanBIM, and we are proud to be here today to showcase your achievements and hopefully help you, motivate you, assist you, provide guidance in continuing to achieve and continuing to complete projects of a recognizable and distinguished level. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for being with us today. Everybody have a great evening.